I welcome you to the fourth video in the series of videos of punctuation marks. In this video, we will be dealing with two punctuation marks. One is semicolon and the other one is colon. They both fall under the category of punctuation marks, which we can call pauses. Here, children, these are called as pauses because they tell the user to stop briefly and then continue. First, I will deal with the use of semicolon. As it is written here, it is used between two independent clauses. When you can say there are two sentences which are completely independent and you want to join these two sentences where the idea is somewhat similar and you want to join these sentences, then you will use a semicolon. I have written an example for you. I have a test. This is one complete independent sentence. There's another sentence written here. I cannot go out tonight. Now you have combined these two sentences into one sentence by the use of a semicolon. Here you have to start the new sentence with a small letter, but as it was I written here, that is why it is capital. I'll give you one example. My friend and I went for a movie. She found it interesting. I found it boring. Now, she found it interesting, or you can say, I found it boring. Then how are you going to write it? I found it boring. Semicolon, S, small of she found it interesting. So this is the way you can do it. Now, here, and let me tell you the format of writing this. First a period here and then a comma, and it should be very close to the first independent clause. Now, the other use of this semicolon, it is used in front of the linking words or the conjunctive adverbs like therefore, consequently, besides, here in fact. I will give you an example. I had given this example earlier for a comma. Now I will use the same example for the semicolon, the line which mostly all the children they write in their applications. I am suffering from fever since last night, full stop. Therefore, comma, I will not be able to attend the school today. Now you are joining these two sentences with a semicolon. How will you join them? I am suffering from high fever. This is the first sentence. You put a semicolon, then the next one with the linking word or conjunctive adverb. Therefore, comma, I will not be able to attend the school today. Here there are some examples written here. This is a great book. Then a semicolon. In fact, this is the linking word which has been used here. It is one of the best sellers. I'm reading out the other example for you. Sita kept talking in class. Then a semicolon. Then you've used the linking word which is there in the other sentence. And you're joining the other sentence with the first one. Therefore, she got in trouble. I'll give you one more example. Seema did not study properly for the exams. Semicolon. Consequently, comma, she did not score good marks. So I hope the use of a semicolon before the linking word is clear to you. Now this semicolon can also be used to clarify confusing information in a list. There can be something very confusing. The winners of the bumper prize are Shikha from St. Mary's Convent, comma, Nainital, again a comma, Smita from Convent School, Julicote, comma, Convent School, comma, Julicote, comma, Garvit from St. Joseph's College, Nainital. You can group these items. You can group these sentences or group the winners along with the place with the use of a semicolon. Let me, just a minute children. Here, like here you put a semicolon here. The winners of the bumper prize are Shikha from St. Mary's Convent, comma, Nainital, and then put a semicolon. So what are you doing? You're clearing up the confusion. Shikha from St. Mary's Convent, Nainital. You're grouping. Here, Smita from Convent School, Julicote. Again, a semicolon. And then Garvit from St. Joseph's College, Nainital. So this also gives a bigger pause than a comma. So here you have used this semicolon to clarify information in the list. Now I will tell you the use of a colon. Colon mainly provides additional information after an independent clause. Like here there's an example given to you. There are 7 days in a week, and then the additional information you can give after this. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, you wanted to tell the names of the week. And like this. I will give you one more example, like the 3 tenses are as follows, and then a colon, and you are writing the name of the tenses. The present tense, past tense and future tense. Now here, so we can say it to enumerate a list. This colon is used to enumerate a list. It is also used like a comma. It is also used like a comma to introduce a quote. She said, and comma, and then whatever is said by the person, you put inside the quotation marks. But what have you can also use a colon in place of this comma. Like here, I am reading out this example to you. A wise man said, then a colon, time and tide waits for none. And then you've closed the sentence. So here, immediately after said, you can put a colon in place of a comma. You can also use this colon to mention times, like to separate the hours from minutes. 2 o'clock, 2:15. And how are you separating the hour from minutes? Like this. You can also use this colon to mention ratios. 3:2. Here, this colon is also used in formal letter, mainly in business correspondence, like Dear Miss Sharma, and then a colon, and then in formal letters, children, it is important. It is compulsory, you can say, to write the subject. So here, subject and colon. If you're sending the letter, a carbon copy, then CC and then a colon. Now children, I will tell you that this colon is also used to separate 2 independent clauses. And when the second clause is the answer for the first clause, then you should use a colon. Like here I'm reading out this sentence to you. Dolphin is not a fish. What is dolphin then? It is a warm-blooded mammal. So here mainly you will see, if there are 2 sentences, there are 2 independent clauses, and the second clause is the answer of the first clause, then you can use a colon in between. So I hope the use of semicolon and colon is clear to you. Thank you, children.